You just got paid. Direct deposit hit. Balance looks good. For about 5 minutes. And then somehow, by the end of the week, it's like that paycheck was never there at all. If that sounds familiar, if your bank balance drops the same week you get paid, not the week before payday, but right after, you are not alone. Not even close. This is happening to millions of people right now, in every income bracket you can think of. And here's the first thing I want you to hear clearly. It's not because you're bad with money. I've talked to people who track every dollar, who don't eat out, who still feel this exact same squeeze. Because underneath all of it, there's a hidden system working against your paycheck. A set of timing and structural problems nobody explains to you. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which part of that system is draining you. And here's the part that should really catch your attention. That number includes 40% of people earning over $100,000 a year. Six-figure income, same squeeze. Fixes. Here's what that pressure looks like in real terms. More than half of Americans couldn't cover a $1,000 emergency without reaching for a credit card or a loan. So the real question isn't, are you bad with money? The real question is, what's actually causing this? Let's break it down piece by piece, starting with the most overlooked. Reason 1. Your bills don't care when you get paid. Nobody coordinated your due dates with your income schedule. Nobody was supposed to. Whatever payroll decides to run it. The 5th, the 10th, every other Friday. Whatever your employer set up. So instead of your money flowing in a predictable rhythm, you're constantly juggling. Moving funds between accounts, timing transfers, and that bridge isn't free. The average credit card interest rate right now is over 20%. Not 2%. 20. Which means every month you carry a balance, you're not just covering last month's spending, you're paying rent on your own past spending. The debt grows even if you don't buy a single new thing. 3 is subscription creep. And I don't mean one splurge purchase. I mean the average person is carrying way more recurring monthly charges than they'd guess if you asked them cold. Individually, each one feels tiny. $5 here, $12 there. That's the trick. They're all designed to feel too small to cancel. But add them all up across a real bank statement, and for a lot of people, that's $200, even $300 a month, quietly gone before they've even registered it as spending. You get a raise, and almost automatically, not through some big decision, just gradually. The apartment gets a little nicer, the car gets upgraded, the takeout orders get more frequent, which brings us to reason 5. And out of everything we've covered, this is the biggest one. There's no buffer, no cushion sitting between your income and your expenses. Without that cushion, every single dollar that comes in already has a job assigned to it the second it lands. There's no slack in the system, so any disruption breaks it immediately. Really surprised the researchers who study this when they dug into why this cycle is so hard to break, even for people who genuinely try. Studies on financial stress found something counterintuitive. Living paycheck to paycheck doesn't just drain your bank account, it actually shrinks your ability to plan ahead in the first place. Researchers call it scarcity tunneling. When money is tight, your brain narrows its focus almost entirely onto surviving today and today only. Your planning measurably harder to access. Which is exactly why this cycle feeds itself, and exactly why willpower alone rarely breaks it. You need a structural fix, not just more weak buffer. Not a full 6-month emergency fund. Just 7 days worth of expenses sitting between your paycheck and your bills. That single buffer is what breaks the collision between your paycheck timing and your bill timing. All of a sudden, your money has room to breathe instead of running on empty every cycle. Move 2. Call your billers and ask them to shift your due dates so they land closer to your payday. Most companies, credit cards, utilities, even for payday, instead of having them scattered randomly across the month, fighting your cash flow every single time. Move 3. Use sinking funds. Small, separate savings buckets for expenses you already know are coming. So when those bills arrive, they're not emergencies. They're already paid for. That's genuinely it. No extreme budget, no giving up your morning coffee forever, just $1,000 a month after taxes. A 1-week buffer, based on average spending, works out to roughly $900 to $1,000. Now, save just $50 from every paycheck toward that buffer, and it's fully built in about 10 months. That's not a fantasy number. That's a realistic, achievable timeline for most working Americans. And here's the number that actually changes everything about how you'll look at your very next. Because that's what actually ends the paycheck to paycheck cycle. It's not a bigger income, it's a bigger. So let's go back to where we started. You're not bad at money. You've just never had a system in place that was actually built to protect you. Funds for the expenses you can already see coming. That's it. That's the entire strategy. You don't need to do all 3 today. Just try the first move this month. Even $20 toward that buffer fully helps. All right, that's it for this one. See you in the next video.